As our hero stared down his next opponent, he prepared his body for the battle to come. These epic sinners would enter themselves into a freak show of gluttony, truly disturbing, truly disgusting, and hilarious. But at what cost? What was the point of all of this? These hungry hippos of men would often think to themselves, is this all there is to life? And should I keep doing this forever, or just enjoy the ride as it's happening? Or maybe they were just thinking about how to be, epic and funny. The YouTube channel Epic Mealtime was an unlikely viral phenomenon that took the internet by storm in the early 2010s. Remember them? Its brilliant, yet deceptively simple premise of creating outrageously unhealthy fast food concoctions resonated immensely with a certain subset of viewers. Episodes like the staggering Fast Food Lasagna and the Turbacon Epic Thanksgiving special would build anticipation by meticulously assembling and teasing the final calorie-filled monstrosity, while also tapping into cultural trends of the time, like the obsession with bacon and the exaggerated macho bro persona embodied by host Harley Morenstein. This wild and crazy format combined shocking excess, culinary debauchery, frat boy humor, and a redonkulous dose of alcohol, which created a perfect storm of viral wildfire, generating massive word-of-mouth buzz that rapidly propelled Epic Mealtime from a low-budget cooking channel to one of the biggest things on the entire YouTubes within a few years. At its peak, the show's audacious videos were practically unavoidable in the cultural conversation. But are the boys at Epic Mealtime still hungry? Are they still cooking it up in the kitchen? Are they still even friends? Who f***ing knows? Let's find out, now! What the f*** happened to Epic Mealtime?
Changing the game! And you know what? No!
The origins of this improbable phenomenon can be traced back to a viral stunt of an unassuming Harley devouring a gargantuan Wendy's hamburger containing 6 beef patties and 18 strips of bacon, all set to the iconic theme of the Terminator. This sophomoric display struck an unexpected chord with online audiences, recognizing the strong interest in this outrageous stunt-eating video. Harley Morenstein and his friend, Alex Perot, decided to launch a full cooking program centered around creating increasingly grotesque fast food Frankenstein creations that pushed the boundaries of gluttony and good taste. It was a beautiful thing. The pair filmed their first official Epic Mealtime episode in July of 2010, titled The Worst Pizza Ever. It featured the duo assembling a 5,200 calorie monster pizza by purchasing random items from various major fast food chains. KFC Popcorn Chicken, a Taco Bell Crunchwrap Supreme, McDonald's Big Mac and Chicken Nuggets, Wendy's Baconator and fries, A&W Burger and onion rings, and stacking it all on a plain cheese pizza before melting it into an ungodly culinary horror show. Despite its cheap production, the novel shock value and guilty pleasure entertainment factor of this frat bro food porn concept quickly gained Epic Mealtime a cult following of viewers eager to see how far they could push the boundaries of gluttony. They were like explorers, scientists, true visionaries, showing us what the human body and spirit is capable of. These artists and their arteries were really making a difference in the world. Except for the hungry people who don't have any food. I'm sure they weren't, LOLing while they were watching this.
Before we continue with our video, here's a reminder to click the Store tab on any of our JoBlo channels and browse our collection of the latest and freshest designs in our merch store. Go get you some.
Part of the show's early viral appeal stemmed from its overall aesthetic and eccentric cast of characters. Harley Morenstein describes the show as Jackass in the kitchen. Even the logo of Epic Mealtime is Jackass-inspired. As the host, Harley fully embodied and leaned into an overly macho, borderline sleazy on-camera persona. This bro was frequently peppering his speech with your traditional frat bro lingo like bro and dude and so on and so forth. And this dude bro would often make bizarre sexual references to his food items. His sidekick and childhood friend, Perot, adopted the silent tough guy role of the fan favorite Muscles Glasses. Harley and crew shamelessly incorporated alcohol and obsessive amounts of bacon into nearly every unholy culinary creation. This was all part of the show's hilarious masculine vibe, which glorified wild overindulgence. How dare they! As word-of-mouth promotion and mainstream media coverage exponentially grew, Epic Mealtime achieved a dizzying series of viral milestones. In its first few years on the YouTubes, it became the fastest channel to hit 1 million subscribers, earned lucrative sponsorship deals, and had random epic celebrity guest collaborations with the likes of skateboarding legend Tony Hawk, and bodybuilder, actor again, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Which was like totally a callback to their first video, which, had a Terminator theme. Just like life, it all comes full circle. Like I said, these guys are artists. These Epic Mealtime dudes even managed a spin-off of a short-lived television show called Epic Chef, pitting contestants against each other in a cooking competition to create the most calorie-filled epic food bombs. A Reddit AMA, that means Ask Me Anything, Grandma, from 2012 is very revealing of Harley's personality, motivations, and adventures. In this candid AMA Q&A session, Harley shared insights into his thoughts, experiences, and the making of Epic Mealtime. He revealed the cost of the infamous Turbacon Epic Centipede, which, is like a turkey bacon human centipede. I don't think it had human in it though, but Actually, who knows nowadays? But yeah, he would go on to say, "It costs about $5,000 to stuff 10 pigs with 50 birds and attach them all ass to mouth, and garnish them with baconators." I think that's beyond epic. Yeah, that's horror movie. He also discussed the show's success, attributing it to the fact that, quote, "People are looking for ridiculous, over-the-top, and entertaining content." This Ask Me Anything AMA offers a unique perspective on Harley's personality and his creative vision and the Epic Mealtime phenomenon, providing a fascinating glimpse into the mind of this viral sensation. However, the core creative team's runaway success also bred internal conflicts, distrust, and corporate power struggles behind the scenes that would slowly tear the group apart. In the year 2011, co-creator Sterling Toth sued Morenstein and his brother Darren, alleging he was improperly pushed out of the company, claiming that Harley's greed and naked lust for power over others destroyed their once personal friendship. The lawsuit was eventually settled out of court for an undisclosed sum of either money or bacon or who knows. 2 years later, in the year 2013, two of Epic Mealtime's most popular on-camera personalities, Alex Perot, aka Muscles Glasses, and crew member Tyler Limco, both departed from the show. They claimed a growing disconnect with Harley and his increasing corporate management priorities, stating that they were not being treated or financially compensated fairly for, the value that they brought to the productions. These guys just didn't like that it morphed from a fun passion project among friends into a more professional and business-like operation. I blame money. I felt like I wasn't being treated fairly, considering the value I brought to the show," Alex Perot bluntly stated in an interview with New Rockstars. Other than Harley, no other member of the crew had any ownership of the company. There were many promises made over the years that were not kept. I got to the point where I could not trust Harley as a friend, and Harley and his brother as business associates. As cultural phenomena and meme obsessions, like that bacon craze, inevitably faded with time, even though people still like bacon, Epic Mealtime's central shock value gimmick of excessive gluttony began wearing thin with viewers. The show's very concept, taking simple fast food orders and pushing them to the grotesque, offered little to no room for, artistic evolution. It was kind of like they had just eaten everything in the kitchen and everyone was now, stuffed. And it's just like, what do we do from here? What do you do when you've already done it all? I guess they became too epic. Viewership plummeted from viral heights of tens of millions of views down to just single-digit millions, as competitors unapologetically copied their successful formula. By the early 2020s, new Epic Mealtime uploads were viewed by merely tens of thousands of people, as younger generations of viewers on YouTube gravitated towards other viral stars and emerging genres that were more in step with the rapidly shifting cultural zeitgeist of this social media entertainment-obsessed world we just can't escape. In a rare, candid interview, Harley Morenstein acknowledged that the repetitive, limited nature of Epic Mealtime's shock value hamstrung its longevity as the YouTube algorithm shifted to favor more frequent, longer content from prolific creators. Harley and his new crew attempted to shake up the premise by introducing twists, like taking on entire fast food menu challenges, but these pivots could not fully revive the exponentially fading novelty factor and Epic Mealtime's overwhelming lack of long-term sustainable content evolution. These hungry Neanderthals, they just couldn't evolve because of that f***ing algorithm. As the channel's 10th anniversary loomed, Harley strongly considered finally putting a fork in the show's run for good, before ultimately deciding to continue creating scaled-back content. Because that's what people want. They want content! Although he would do it at a significantly reduced pace. Basically, he needed time to digest. In retrospect, the bizarre cultural phenomenon that is Epic Mealtime is the perfect example of how everyone and anyone has the potential to leave their mark on this f***ing World Wide Web. But it is also an example of how cultures and trends and public tastes can rapidly change, especially on this World Wide Web. What began as a simple video of just a few friends having a good time with some food, indulging their most juvenile, gluttonous food fantasies on camera for laughs, exploded into an international brand, inspiring countless imitators before inevitably burning out, overcooking its ultra-niche shock value premise and fading off into the back kitchen of YouTube as a nostalgic relic of the platform's adolescent years. This show's unique application of stunts, raunchy stuff, and culinary excess tapped into something primal in all of us curious watchers of the early days of YouTube. Well, we just had to click. As the hype cycle cooled and the novelty faded, Epic Mealtime's team would descend into the same kind of behind-the-scenes clashes and corporate power struggles that derailed many overnight media sensations throughout the decades. Whether it be TV or film or anything else, the story's always the same when, money's involved. The increased pressures of trying to monetize that initial lightning in a bottle would eventually throw a wrench into what had originated as a labor of love made among friends who just wanted to indulge their wild sides for a few laughs. But the increasingly professional and business-oriented mindset created problems behind the scenes that their friendship just wasn't strong enough to overcome, leaving many creative tummies feeling empty and sidelined and undercompensated for their hard work. While no longer the pop culture force it once was, Epic Mealtime endures as a nostalgic symbol, representing the unrestrained hedonism and anti-cultural attitudes and, f***ing crazy, foolish gimmickry that captivated a vital chunk of the internet's attention in YouTube's adolescent phase.
You f***ed up now! You don't f***ed up now!
For many viewers who came of age in that era, watching Epic Mealtime's latest culinary obscenities was akin to a digital rite of passage. These dudes showed us that, every once in a while, it was okay to pig out, and that food could be funny, and that friendship is good, except behind the scenes it wasn't, but I guess the lesson here is, just be epic, but not too epic. And if you are too epic, you gotta deal with the consequences of your epicness. The ludicrous stunts performed on this channel truly changed the way we, use computers and make content and eat food, even if it was just for a fleeting moment in internet time. While perhaps a relic now, Epic Mealtime's legacy lives on, reminding us of both the unparalleled potential and limitations of living in this digital age. So no one should give a f*** about what the f*** happened to Epic Mealtime, because you know what? They had their time and they did it beautifully, and now, they're still doing pretty okay.